Hello Aries, thank you for visiting my channel. Thank you for revisiting my channel if you're revisiting. My name is Jason and this is your general tarot reading for January 2019. So it is a general reading, could be about love, I think you know the drill. Got any questions out of the forefront of your mind? We'll see, and time is fluid, so some of these things could have already happened or about to happen, give or take a few weeks, okay, but I'm feeling pretty spot on today. Okay, you go into your January with the Strength card. Fantastic. Okay, so you're feeling quite quietly confident. Okay, you're also feeling that you're happy that you've shown some compassion to someone recently, or even to yourself. Okay, and there's a sense of calmness which you don't normally have. So normally you might be fiery, get up, go, let's go, go, go. At the moment, you're feeling quite calm and collected about things. Okay, so perhaps it's the calm before the storm I'm feeling. So what a great way to start the year, Aries. Now what's crossing you is you have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so while you have been feeling pretty good and taking the moral high ground, somehow it looks like taking the moral high ground has left you out in the cold somehow with the Five of Pentacles here. So other people might not have appreciated, perhaps you had to take sides in some situation, or you refused to take sides in a situation and you stepped back from it, even though you were looking at it with a sense of love and calm. Perhaps some people felt that you should have taken a stand on something. Okay, but I think you've made the right decision there by just being your own person and not getting involved. That's what I'm feeling there. Okay, your conscious goal for January. Well, here we go, Two of Swords. It looks like you're looking for some information which is going to help you decide something. So you've got a decision to make and you don't necessarily want to make it. You can see this person there, she's blindfolded. She's got the moon behind her, which represents a little mystery, perhaps some deception somewhere in the mix. And she's crossing those swords over her chest, which probably indicating that this decision is hard to make because she needs to defend herself, or she needs to protect herself, perhaps emotionally or perhaps even in practical matters. Maybe something will come out there when we clarify, but that's what it's looking for there. So it looks like you're waiting for some information which is going to allow you to make a decision one way or another. And this decision, you might be a bit worried that it might backfire on you somehow. And perhaps it's got something to do with this Five of Pentacles, which has been, might just be not eating away at you, but it's there in the background. We'll clarify that a little more clearly later. Okay, your unknown influence position, you have the Four of Wands. Fantastic. Okay, so there is a sense of real happiness around you, okay, and I'm feeling it's in your home. So you've just recently accomplished something. Perhaps it was this sense of compassion that you've recently adopted, this almost like a transformation, and it's really made you start feeling good about things to come. And so what this is saying is that your home life is feeling pretty good, and because it's in the unknown influence, this happiness that you have, people might see that. I'm feeling that it's going to allow you to project this, and people are going to see that in you. And perhaps if there's like a relationship or something you've been working on, or something to do with work even, people are going to be looking at your home life and thinking, oh, okay, well, this person seems to have it all together. So that's looking pretty promising so far. We're going to clarify some of these. Okay, in your past influence, you have the Star card. Okay, so you went into something feeling pretty optimistic, pretty hopeful. Perhaps there was an Aquarius in the mix as well, and this person has said something to you, or you've received a message, perhaps even a spiritual message, some kind of an epiphany, which has given you this hope, this sense of real optimism of that the future is really looking bright. So if you had a tough year last year and you felt like you were treading water, you're feeling really optimistic because of some messages that you got or because of someone that you met. And so that's allowing you to really hit the ground running, not so much in January, but later on when a couple more things fall into place for you. Okay, your future influence. Okay, so you have here the Six of Cups. Okay, so future influence, the Six of Cups usually talks about, in this position, perhaps someone coming back from the past, someone that you knew long ago or that you've had arrangements with before, perhaps in a different lifetime, but I'm thinking this is in this lifetime, someone that you've known or you've had a partnership of sorts with. Perhaps it was business, perhaps it was just someone you knew or met, like at an airport or something. It could have been a few weeks ago or a few months ago, perhaps even a long time ago, and they're going to come back into your life somehow, and there's going to be some kind of relationship that you have with them, not necessarily romantic, but perhaps you're going to meet someone who knows them or meet someone through them, and it's going to have an impact on the direction of your life. But we'll try and clarify these. Okay, you have here in your present position, your talents, you have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so you've got a lot of choices, you've got a lot of resources you can draw from. You've got this experience that you've built up over years. There are so many things you can do, and that you might have a bit of a problem deciding on one. But I'm reminded of like a football team or the coach of a football team, and all his players are just going so well and training so well on the track that he's struggling to find the perfect team because they're all so good and he can't choose all of them. So you're going to be sort of asked to perhaps focus on one or two things, even though you know there is so much there in front of you. So it's a dilemma you should be happy to have, but we'll try and clarify that as well. Okay, in your environment, your relationship with your environment, okay, you have the High Priestess. So before I was talking about that epiphany you may have had in the past, which with that star card, I'm feeling that you're feeling probably more spiritual than you ever have, and there's been some kind of awakening for you. And this card's just saying that others are starting to see that too, and you're starting to see the world in a more enlightened way, but you're feeling much better about the world and your place in it because of this spirituality that you've found. I'm also hearing that you've heard something in the past couple of weeks, perhaps even the past week, and that information that you've received is part of a puzzle that you'll be able to use in the next few days to put something together, and it's going to help you add something up, and it's going to complete a picture for you. Okay, but we'll clarify. Now, your hopes and fears for January 2019. Okay, you have the Five of Cups here. Now, the Five of Cups always encourages us to look at the bright side, not dwell too much on the spilt cups in front of us, but to look behind and say, wow, I've got a couple of good cups here, let's take them and run. The price of love is sometimes the pain of its loss, almost always the pain of its loss, really. If there's been a loss, or if you're afraid of losing something and the pain that you might have to go through, perhaps losing a relationship or losing a part of something that has to go before you can move on, then that'll be up to you to how you handle that. But the Five of Cups always encourages us to turn around and take what you can, what's left over. But we all grieve for different things in different ways, but that's the feeling I'm getting from that. Okay, so there's the pain of some loss here, and I'm thinking you'll be fine with it. Again, it's just it's a fear more than an actual loss. It says you're fearing that you're going to miss something or somebody. Now, the outcome at the end of January, or all these, here we go, you have the Ace of Cups, rightio. So at the end of January, you will see this great opportunity coming now, this opportunity for emotional fulfillment. Okay, and it's going to be because of this jigsaw puzzle that you finally fit together, this information that you're requiring from the Two of Swords and something which happened with the High Priestess, that thing that you heard a few days ago, which you'll be able to use that to build this puzzle. And so anyway, look, we'll clarify this now. Now I'm going to clarify with the Hanson Roberts deck. I've shuffled these pretty well. Now let's have a look at the Two of Swords here. I'm thinking for your conscious goal. What is the Two of Swords here? Please clarify the Two of Swords, Spirit. Why is the Two of Swords here for Aries for January 2019? Please excuse me if I say 2018. I'm sure many of us fall into that trap still. Okay, so the Two of Swords is clarified by the Nine of Cups. Okay, so this is your conscious goal, remember. So there's a wish, it's a wish come true. Okay, this is your wish come true card, the Nine of Cups. And so you're waiting for some kind of a payout, and you don't know how much it is yet, but you're feeling pretty good about it, and you don't want to go ahead too far before you know perhaps how much this payout is, or if it's not a payout, it's perhaps a job coming to you, or a choice of two jobs, and you've applied for a couple and you're waiting for them to come in, and you might be balancing out the two, the benefits of both, and they both might be pretty good offers. It's feeling like that's what your conscious goal is. You want the dream job here, which is going to set you off, and you're just waiting for that information, whatever it is, from the Two of Swords to come in. Okay, so you've got the conscious goal here. Okay, so you've got your Two of Swords there, and you've got the Nine of Cups there. So that's what I'm picking up there. You're really looking for that piece of information which is going to really allow you to decide and move forward. Okay, so let's have a look now at the Six of Cups. Okay, so the Six of Cups is the future influence here. Let's have a look at why is the Six of Cups here. I said someone from the past. Someone from the past that you've, again, well, I've got the airport there. If you've been hanging around airports, or something to do with air or flying, or take a plane, maybe, if that's landing for some of you. Anyway, something like flight. Okay, so something to do with airports, but it's definitely someone from the past, okay, who's going to have an influence on your future direction, okay, future decisions, and that's clarified by the World card. Okay, so you are being protected here. So there's a decision that you're going to make, but it's going to be based on this new epiphany that you have. So this new optimism which has been given to you, or that you've received from this Star card, and you're feeling really good about things. Okay, and you'll see here how the Dancer is in that wreath. She's protected. Okay, that's what that's saying there. She can move forward knowing that she has what it needs. She has what she has to have to move forward in whatever way she wants. Okay, but I'm still not getting this person from, maybe it's someone from overseas with a World card there. Someone coming in from overseas, or from interstate, a long way away. I'll clarify, see if I can clarify that a bit more for us. Why is a World card here? Clarifying the Six of Cups, Aries for January. We have here Judgment. Okay, so there's some kind of rebirth happening. So it might be the rekindling of an old relationship, something that perhaps you've put some work into, some good deeds that you did for someone a long time ago. I'm reminded of Great Expectations, that Charles Dickens novel. The young person did a good deed for someone, and years later that paid off, and that's what I'm feeling with this Judgment card here. It's like a rebirth. Okay, so that's all I'm getting there. But look, there were two major arcana clarifying that Six of Cups. So it's feeling pretty strong, and it could be quite a life-changing impact on you. Okay, now the Seven of Cups was interesting. You have all of these options available to you, and you're being encouraged to sort of focus on one or two because you have a lot of skills there. A lot of ways you can go. So it's like this with this job opportunity, perhaps choosing between two jobs here and which of your skills you would like to implement and show the world. Okay, so let's have a look. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Please clarify the Seven of Cups for Aries for January 2019. Okay, and that's clarified by the Page of Swords. Okay, so the Page of Swords has a message. It's usually quite a sharp message or a short message, but it's straightforward. You won't be mistaking it for, it won't be ambiguous. And the Page of Swords usually talks about, because it's in this position of the Seven of Cups, someone's going to show you and tell you straight out, you should do this. Oh, you should be a musician, or you should be a writer, or if that's a creative thing, or you should take this job, or something and that's going to help you decide. That's going to help you decide which way to go here. Okay, so the Page of Swords. So it'll be a young person from the mouths of babes, and so often young children, especially when they say something, it's so clear and free of discrimination and fear. From the mouths of babes, you've probably heard that before. Let's have a look. Why is the Page of Swords here clarifying the Page of Cups, the Seven of Cups here for Aries? You have here the Queen of Swords. Okay, so very clear energy there. So the Queen of Swords is quite a straight talking person. So she's not necessarily a good humoured person, but I'm feeling that if that's your energy, that you're being encouraged to take the work or the job or implement the skill which allows you to be a straight talker. And Aries, you're a pretty straight talker anyway most of the time, and the Queen of Swords doesn't play games either. So there are many professions out there, many skills you have which require you to not manipulate people, but to balance this and analyse this, and you're probably not being asked to go there. You're being asked here by the Queen of Swords to just go straight. See how the sword is straight up and down, okay? Not this way or that way, just say it like it is, straight, and that's what you're being asked to do there, Aries, okay, for the choice of the skills here. I'll move on to the High Priestess, your environment. So you're feeling quite intuitive. There's some information which you know, perhaps some secrets which might be coming out, or you're waiting for these secrets to come out. Remember I talked about some deception in the Two of Swords here. Let's have a look. Why is the High Priestess here? Please clarify the High Priestess for Aries for January 2019. Okay, you have the Sun. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so whatever this message is from the High Priestess, this secret which comes out, is going to really align these planets up for you for rebirth, for a sense of optimism, for success. Okay, so if you've been thinking of going into, again, it's an intuitive field perhaps, so some kind of awakening which uses this awakening. You see the bright light and this young kid feeling totally fearless and just having a great time in that bright light of the sun. So whatever comes from the High Priestess here, okay, is going to enlighten you here. Okay, so, and it's got to do with, well, see, the High Priestess quite often has to do with darkness and secrets and what's within, and it looks like what finally comes out is going to put you here into this space, this really optimistic space. So look, it's a really nice reading. I'm really feeling some enlightenment here. Let's have a look here now at the Five of Cups. Why is the Five of Cups here? I'm not too worried about the Five of Cups for you, because it's looking like a really nice reading, especially with the Ace of Cups right in your outcome position. But let's have a look, just for curiosity here. Why is the Five of Cups here? What's all that about? Just for Aries, please clarify the Five of Cups. What is Aries worried about for January 2018? Like I said, it was about leaving something behind or having to leave someone behind to take advantage of this opportunity. And you have Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups again. Okay, so the Six of Cups is about like young people or the old days. So you might be feeling a bit nostalgic. You might be worried about leaving some old friends, perhaps. Okay, what are you going to do? How are you going to keep that relationship going? That's what I'm feeling there. And look, part of moving on, part of life is that, isn't it? It's leaving. Sometimes it's leave things you love to chase your dreams or chase opportunities. And look, when something goes out, whether it's good or bad, something good usually comes in. But look, you've got the Ace of Cups here for your outcome for the end of January. So really new beginning, new emotional, fulfilling beginning or opportunities for that. So what a great, really a great spread for you, Aries. So please like, subscribe, and leave any comments for me, any feedback you've got, how this works out. I'd love to know if it's resonating for you, and hopefully talk to you in a couple of weeks.